Welcome to the first episode of Bucket List Breakdown, where we dive into our favorite travel destinations. We are your hosts, Cassidy and
Hannah. Today, we're going to talk to Cassidy about her trip to Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, so in the year of 2020, my school and our band corporation, I guess I could say, was taking a trip to Nashville for our band trip. This year, I was a senior, so I was a part of the color guard team, and the whole marching band took the trip to Nashville. So we raised a lot of money for the trip, and a lot of the big destination events that we were going to go to would be the Country Music Hall of Fame, the Grand Ole Opry. I think we were taking a trip to the zoo, and then we were going to do like a pub crawl, but since we were all underage, we kind of were going to do like a mocktail pub crawl, if that makes sense. So it was fun. We were all excited. We took a 10-hour bus ride. Usually it is an hour and 40-minute flight from Pittsburgh, but for the school and the budget, it did not come for a flight. We had to take a bus, a charter bus. So we took the 10-hour bus line down, and we checked into our hotel. We were staying at the Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center, which was pretty crazy. That place was huge. It had restaurants and convention centers and stores. There was even a Starbucks. There was a lot of waterfalls and different types of things, plus rooms. And the rooms were really nice. I stayed in a 2-queen bedroom, and we had like a little kitchenette area, and the bathroom was huge, which was really nice because there was like 4 girls living in that room at one time. But unfortunately, with the time, it was March of 2020, so we were in the middle of COVID. When the national security announcement came out about COVID, we were all in Nashville. And so our parents were freaking out. The school board was freaking out. All of us were under the school board's like protection or like observation or something like that to be safe. So we were only able to go to the music festival place. They actually had it closed down because of COVID, and they opened it back up just for us band kids to come in to do something on our trip. So that was fun. It was kind of like a fast walk through the convention, which was nice. It had a really nice setup. I kind of wish we were able to experience a lot more of it. We actually had a kind of a setup like we are here in the podcast station at the music festival thing, where we sat down and we were able to like record our own type of music, which was fun. I hated hearing my voice back though. And then whenever we were figuring out we had to come back home, we went to this like line dancing bar thing. It wasn't really open to the public either because of the COVID. But my band director already had a reservation, so we got in there to have a couple food. It was like set up in a buffet style, which was nice. I think there was like chicken and like corn and different types of vegetables, which was nice. And then, yeah, we had to actually get back onto the bus and drive the 10 hours back to have like a COVID protocol. And we were quarantined in school for 3 days.
Did you like live like in the school for 3 days?
We lived in like the band room, actually. We had to like stay in and give our symptoms. Like if anybody felt sick, we had to write down like long paragraphs of like any symptoms we had. And at the time I was sick myself. I had like an inflamed gallbladder. Like I had a whole different sickness, and they kept me and had to get blood work done to see if I didn't have COVID. And I was like, I don't have COVID. I'm just like have stomach problems.
So wait, you guys just like didn't go home after the trip? Like you stayed in the school?
For 2 days, yeah. 3 was a little bit dramatic, but yeah, my parents had to come and pick me up like after the COVID scan and everything because no one knew. Like no one knew if Nashville had more symptoms or more exposure than we did. So it was kind of like a up in the air, but my parents were so mad. They were just like, let her come home, you know, It was crazy. Like I would really rather have quarantined in my house than living there. But we were thinking about the Gaylord Resort Hotel. We're thinking about like quarantining us there.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
In Nashville?
In Nashville,
and not bringing you home?
And not bring me home. But the thing about it is, like, if I thought about it, because right when we got home was whenever the school shut down and everything, and like the worldwide like quarantine would have happened. So I would have been in Nashville.
Did you guys not go back to school after that? Like you got home and then
like
that was
that's crazy because I was and we were in Nashville and I was a senior. So at the time, like when they closed the school, like I never went back. I graduated like in a baseball field, all this stuff. Like Nashville was like my last like senior
like school event ever. That's
crazy. It's crazy. And the fact that I think about it sometimes, like if Nashville wouldn't have let us like take the bus, like because like a lot of places were like putting up borders, like you couldn't pass like through state borders. So if Nashville didn't let us leave, I could have been quarantined in Nashville.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. It was a crazy time. It was scary. It was scary because like none of us had any type of like I had no money. You know, I was there just for like
high school
just
senior
the high
trip.
school senior trip. Like I had no money, no like any like I had maybe clothes packed for a week. Like it was just like scary. And we were like the 10-hour bus ride and then seeing the entire administration outside was crazy.
My God, I mean, at least you got to do some stuff in Nashville that like.
And it was kind of just
Experience
depressing because I didn't get to go to the Grand Ole Opry. I thought that place would be the coolest.
What was that?
It's
What
kind
is
of like
that?
a place that like you go in. I guess it's kind of like a concert area, like the same thing as like Stage AE here.
Oh, okay.
It'd be like, but bigger people go, like bigger country artists go and they perform there for you. I forget who was supposed to be there when we were supposed to be there, but it was very depressing. That was kind of the thing I wanted because it was like a concert,
cool,
you know, like food and like if you were over 21, you could drink, you know, like so it would be like a fun little concert thing. No, that was canceled. The artists didn't even come to Nashville because honestly, the whole entire Nashville was like in quarantine. Like things were closing. Like we were even lucky to get into the Hall of Fame thing.
No, I remember it was like terrifying when COVID first like started. It was actually like everybody was in a panic.
And no one knew what was happening. And the scariest part for us was that we were in like a completely different state. We took 10 hours to get here. Like it wasn't like we could just walk over to back to school. Like it was crazy and it was scary to think about it, but we missed out on a lot. So like I do recommend people to go back to Nashville. And now that I'm 21, I'm kind of excited because I gotta want to go do the actual pub crawl and stuff. So I definitely recommend it for other people.
Yeah, no. Well, you might not have got to experience that much of it, but hopefully now people will hear it and be like, gotta go to Nashville.
The hotel was perfect. I would definitely stay there again.
Oh, yeah. Those pictures you showed me, it looked like a whole little city. Like you looked out your like window in your hotel room and it opened up to the inside of the hotel that looked like a city.
Oh, yeah. It was crazy. It had like palm trees and like lakes, waterfalls, like restaurants. It was such a different environment. I've never experienced anything like that before. So.
Yeah.
Especially during COVID because other people that were staying in that hotel were going through the same thing as us. Like everybody was running around that hotel like in panic. Like no one knew what to do. People were trying to book flights back. Like I couldn't even imagine the airports at that time.
Yeah, that's something you'll
like
never forget for sure.
Yeah, we were lucky that we were taking a bus because trying to get us all back onto a plane would have been crazy.
Oh my God. And they were like shutting down airports and all that stuff. Like people weren't allowed to fly.
Which was lucky because if we didn't have the bus, like I think we would have had to stay in that.
Yeah. Thank God your budget didn't account
Thank
for
God our school needed a budget.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. I think about that experience a lot.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, that's like, I would never forget that ever.
Yeah, never. It's crazy. It's scary too. I was like, thank God everything worked out and that we were able to come home because as much as I loved Nashville and it was beautiful and like I would love to explore things, but with everything being shut down and quarantined, I don't even know how I'd been able to deal with that anxiety wise. Like,
no, yeah, that was different.
Been crazy.
Level of scary right there.
All right, well, that's my story about Nashville, the capital of Tennessee. It was a fun experience and I recommend it for a lot of people, especially not when COVID's not happening anymore.
Yeah, hopefully you guys don't get like shut down and unable to leave.
Unable to leave.
But on our next episode, we're going to be talking about my trip to the Bahamas. And while I can say I didn't go during COVID, I actually did, but I don't know if we'll get into that or not. Yeah. Check out the next episode to find out.